Yo, it's your boy Primetime J, aka J Riz. Welcome back to another episode of Pull Up. We know you've missed us, but don't worry. Today we got something special for you guys. We got the lovely, the wonderful, the beautiful Britney Quinn, y'all.
Hi guys. Happy to be here. I'm excited.
Like, first and foremost, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm really good. I'm chilling, vibing. Happy to be back in Brisbane, so I'm good.
I was in New York.
It was so much. It was the best experience of my life. It really was. It was.
What made it special? Like
the culture, the fashion, the people, the music, the sound, everything about it.
So you want to give us a little details what you're doing in New York? Like what you're doing, or you try and keep it on the DL?
I like to keep it a little bit on the DL. But little bit to like little insights, just connecting with a lot of managers, a lot of important people in the industry, and just building those connections.
Industry gal.
Feeling really humble about it for sure. No, it's been great. I met a lot of really cool. I met my favorite artists. I gotta tell that one. I met Fabio Foreign. I met Fabio Foreign. That was
That's on God.
That was probably the craziest experience of my life. Went to his show and then I met him afterwards. So it was just
so like behind stage and all that. How was that experience for you?
It was really cool. Like I went in and I met like his managers and it was just crazy. It was just the whole vibe. I met and then backstage, like behind the show, like I met Pop Smoke's little brother as well. So it was just like there was a lot going on.
You know what's crazy? Soon, not too long to go, some kid will be saying, I met Britney Quinn, y'all. They're gonna come back to Brisbane like, yeah, I met the hometown hero, Britney Quinn, she gave me backstage, so like soon come, oh.
For sure, we can only hope. We can only hope. God's plan, for sure.
Now, the first question I want to ask is basically like, you're one of the few artists that go by their government name, their original name, their birth name. Like, what made you stick with your name instead of pursuing some sort of like, other name, other alter ego or something like that?
I feel like for me, it was like, I needed to figure out who I was. And I was like, I don't know if I can like differentiate like me from another kind of stage name. I like knew that it had to just be my name, because if it wasn't, I would just be something that I'm not. Even though, people's stage names, they do well with it. Everyone has a stage name. But I feel like looking up to like artists I look up to, like Beyonce, Whitney Houston, they all use their real names.
You listen to Whitney?
For sure, come on. Of course.
But like, how many people appreciate Whitney anymore? Like the other day, I was listening to her 1992 Super Bowl performance where she sang the national anthem. Although it's just the national anthem, but like Whitney, oh my gosh.
And I feel like as well, it's like for rappers, I understand that like they use stage names because that's the whole thing to be a rapper is to do that. But like even artists today, like Summer Walker, she still uses her normal name. Alicia Keys. So it's just one of those things. I just wanted to keep it me.
It's not necessary to go a different route.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. I was like, I just look like me. I was like, I don't see myself under any other name. That was it. I tried. I had a couple names.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you my childhood nicknames if you tell me yours.
Okay.
All right. So at one point, I'm not going to lie. So my older brother was named N-Dog. I tried to go J-Dog because everyone was trying to associate me by that name. And then when I was 11, I went by the name of TX11 because of D Generation X, WWE, But so what was yours? Listen, like this is my first time everyone hearing that, so I need you to, expose yourself like I just did. Cause
everyone used to call me Brit Brat. Like I even thought about naming my stage name Brit Brat, but I was like, because it was just like it rolls off the tongue, and I was like, yeah, for sure, like Brit Brat might work.
Like my head just went to, Brats.
Yeah, like the Bratz dolls, exactly. Like Brit Brat, it kind of just made sense. Like I love Bratz. Like that was my thing. But yeah, that's
where we went to.
The Brit Brat.
Now, like to follow up, like I think we talked about this before the interview. It was like, have you always been in music? Like when did you know you were Britney, you were that gal, you were her? When did you know?
I always knew. I always knew since I could talk. I was so young, like, you know, when you start talking properly, you start singing, I was maybe like 4. And then from there, I did like my first live performance when I was 6. And then, school performance, primary school, and I did it.
Yo, I'm not to be rude to cut you off. When I was in year 4, Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas. You know the end of the school year thing where you perform and all that? Was that like also your experience?
Mine was more like a talent show. They did it in my school, yeah.
So Beyonce started out too.
So that's where like I really was like, I always knew I could sing. Like, it was just one of those things where, you know, I'd always be the front of like the music class. Like, I'd be dominating in that. And then doing my first performance when I was like 6, my mom like glammed me up like crazy. I got this blue sparkly dress and everything. Like, man, it's so crazy. And then, going up on stage and just seeing everyone's reactions to like me singing, that's when I was like, damn. I was like, I must be like good. I must be good.
So no pride, no nothing, just natural, just came natural. Grab.
Yeah, like I'd only been singing in front of my family. Then all of a sudden, I was singing in front of 300, 400 people in this auditorium, and then I was like, damn. I was like, I really can sing. And then from there, I seen people come up to me afterwards being like, wow, you know, and I'm a little 6-year-old, you know, this is a lot.
So basically, in other words, Britney Quinn is a childhood prodigy.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Facts, like, Nah, we love that.
Facts. Like, it's just, as I said before, like, there is no plan B. Like, this is it. This is what I was born to do. And I know God gave me
voice,
you know, a voice to use it, and like
one heck of a voice too. I ain't even gonna cap, like one of the best voices I've heard in Brisbane in a long time. And like, yeah, like when the producers of the show asked me to do this, and then like, cause I hadn't heard of you first, and then they're like, oh yeah, we're doing this show on Britney Quinn. I'm like, oh word, I haven't heard of her. And then I check out your profile, and then I go listen to that song, one of your first songs. Wait a minute, wait a minute, waiting for you. I ain't gonna lie, I was waiting for I thought it was gonna be a remix of Hold Up, Wait a Minute. Y'all thought, nah. Yeah, but I think you basically touched into the thing that I was gonna ask, follow up next is like, when did you start taking artistry and things seriously? Like, I basically believe it would be after you saw that, you know, when you became that gal on that stage. Like, would that be when you said you started taking artistry and like the whole music thing seriously, or did you start pursuing it later on in life?
See, I thought like the way I was gonna get out there and get discovered was by like doing covers on Instagram. Listen, I didn't delete stuff, but I archived it. It's still on my Instagram. But I used to just do covers on Instagram. I used to be that person who would just do covers on Instagram. You'd always see a 30-second video or something. That was me. So I always thought, you know, I was gonna get discovered from that. But then I was like, you know what? Then someone was like, why don't you just make your own song? And I was like, what? It was like, make my own song. I was like, what do you mean make my own song? This is when I'm like 17. And I was like, make my song.
That's a whole different journey.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Come up with the word.
Yeah, because I was like, I've never even like, obviously I've done songwriting before, just in books, you know, random. But I was like, so you want me to actually, you know, release music? Then he was like, one of my friends, shout out to Joseph. Joseph is one of my good friends.
So big up Joseph, you know? That's the boy.
He was one who literally got me to release music. I did not have it in my mind before that.
So what was the first song you released, would you say?
Stuck on Me. And that was when I was 18. And then Stuck on Me did really well, you know, like I worked really hard, and first time doing everything, like it was like a dream. It's like a dream come true.
Yeah, nah, that's wonderful. Like, that's a wonderful thing to hear. Like, cause, you know, sometimes we need those friends that push us to drive us to do the next thing. You know, sometimes like, especially if we have always those friends that are like, yeah, just keep doing your covers, just keep doing this and that. Actually, that just reminded me of something. What was your favorite cover to do? Like, who? Okay, let's just make it artists or.
My favorite cover, I think I did. I think I did All My Friends by Tinashe.
Oh my, is that the one? Yeah, All My Friends Are Wasted. Yeah, I think, nah, listen, with Chance the Rapper, I think. Nah, I love that song.
I
Like,
did that one with like a little piano cover going on. So
so was that your first or one of your favorites covers to do?
one of my favorites, yeah, for sure. I can't even remember my first one that I did.
Do you see yourself going back to doing covers at a certain point, or you just?
You know what?
Because especially in the TikTok era, you know, like TikTok is booming these days, and like you could just get, you know, so.
Some people I like look up to right now in like the music industry. Let's say, for example, Layla Samaya. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. She just got signed to like Yo Gotti's management, and she got signed to Yo Gotti's management from doing.
In CMG.
She got signed to CMG. Yeah, that's what Gloria.
No homo.
That's my girl. That's my girl.
Hey, no homo, you know, no homo. Gotta put no homo on that, you know what I mean? Pause, you know what I mean? Pause on that, pause, yeah. I'm on F-I-A-E. Whoop. Nah.
I ain't gotta worry about no.
Hey, pause on that though, pause on that, you know? But Gloria go hard, I ain't gonna cap. But yeah, CMG the label, but sorry.
She got signed to CMG from doing her own remixes of songs on Instagram. And then she got people to like tag the artist in the comments. And then, you know, the artist would find it and be like, oh, she's fire. And then, yeah, we just go from there. So I'm thinking about starting it back up. Because even Lakia, who's signed to 4PF with Lil Baby.
4PF the label, baby.
And then Lakia got found from doing remixes on Instagram as well. That's how that whole team found us. I was like, you know, there is some method to this madness. There's something. Because, you know, anyone can release songs. But, you know, I think the most traction, you know, for singing or even like rapping is, yeah, definitely the TikToks and then just doing your own little remix on it for sure.
So like if you were, like let's say someone just came up to you right now and said to do a remix of a song or a cover of a song, like what would you go to? Would you still go to the Tinashe song or would you just go to a different route? Like which song would you go to of a cover right now at this stage in your...
And personally, my sound has like changed a little bit. I'd probably do like a little singing on like a rap song or something, like a 2C, you know, version, you know, so people can hear and be like, okay, so this rap song could get sung on too, you know, have a little bit of a hook. For sure.
Yeah, nah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I think you've like basically touched this earlier, but who are some of your idols when it comes to music? Like, who are your favorite artists? Like, you know, just a part of you that made you craft into the person you are today. Like, so, yeah.
Believe it or not, I listen to a lot of rap music. Like, I don't even know how to.
So then when you're gonna drop a rap song, you know, like, you know, you gotta.
I listen to a lot of rap music, probably more than I do R&B, but like I get that trap soul vibe from the rap music and I bring it into R&B. So it's like a good mix and match. But in regards to rapping, we're gonna have to see about that. We're gonna have to see. Yeah, who knows what the future holds.
Yeah, nah, we love that. We love that.
Yeah, some of my artists I've looked up to for sure, like Summer Walker. That's number one. That's number one.
That cover girl? Is it a cover girl like this? You know that?
Yeah. When she's talking on the phone, she's like, "What?" Yeah. Summer Walker is definitely one of my favorites for sure. When it comes to the way she portrays her music and still being so feminine with an R&B, but still having that little bit of like gangster to herself. You know, she's crazy good artist. Yeah, then the rest would just be rappers. Yeah, it'd just be someone good. Yeah, Fabio, that's definitely, yeah, exactly. Like 2C is definitely up there too.
Nah, we love that. And then like, in terms of, you know, we've got to bring it back to Australia, you know, although the world has moved ahead of us, we've got to bring it back to Australia. So in terms of Australian music, who would you want to work with? Or like, is there anyone you see yourself working with? Or is it just, to be honest, at this stage in my life, I'm just focusing on my own music? Like, who would you want to work with in Australia?
For sure. I feel like right now, I'm really just focusing on like my own craft and like mastering who I am, finding my own image in this music scene before I can collab with anyone else. And it's like hard because the Australian music scene is great, you know, there's so much potential. Like people here are so talented, whether it comes to, you know, fashion, design, music, dance, everything. But like, In regards to like collabs and stuff, I just don't think I'm ready for it yet. I'm not ready for that yet.
I think one of the things that you mentioned in that statement was like, you're still trying to find your image, your thing. So like, where do you think your image is heading towards? Like, what image are you going for? What artistry vibe are you going for? Like,
I mean, I'm just trying to like, still trying to find myself and like who I am kind of thing. And I'm not trying to be anything. I'm just simply just trying to, you know, find my own path. Still young in the game, for sure. Like, people don't even know me. I'm literally no one. Like I'm not even gonna be like I'm this. No, I'm not. Like, I'm literally in Brisbane, Australia. Like,
that just, you know, show them that you're her. You know, don't be shy. Don't be shy, girl. Yeah.
You know, but at the end of the day, you have to be real with yourself. Like, I'm not there yet, for sure. I'm not there yet.
Love to see that. And then it's like, you know, it's just honestly working on yourself to build the best self of your best self, honestly. And we'll love to see it. But anyways, we're gonna talk about my favorite track from you. Wait a minute, waiting for you, waiting for me. Yeah, so like that song got like over 30K. I think it was like 38K when I last checked. And then like as an independent and upcoming artist, like how did that make you feel seeing one of your songs get up to 38K views?
It was really cool. It was like one of those moments where you're like, damn, you know, like I really did this. You know, you can sit back and be like, okay, you know, I'm not where I need to be yet, but you know, I started and I did something and I made it somewhere, and that's still a step further than what I was yesterday.
Did you look back on it and you were like, damn, I just went from singing 300 to 300 people in primary school, you know, to now just over 38K people listening to this across the world, and it's like...
Yeah, across the world. It's wild to think about. Like, you think about it, like, imagine if there was 38,000 people in this, you know, room.
I don't think this room could fill it up.
Yeah, I don't think it would. Just imagine those numbers.
Stadium tours, that's where you're heading. Stadium tours, you know, stadium tours, and you know, that's what we're looking forward to. And it's like, so aside from, wait a minute, as your whole music as a whole, in 3 words, how would you describe it? Like, what would you say the Britney Quinn sound is? Like, in 3 words, what would you say?
Real.
Real?
Real emotions, real feelings, things I've been through. things I've been through, things, you know, I've had to conquer on my own, things I've, for real. And it's like things I've had to experience, you know. In the beginning, it was hard to put those feelings into music and write it down, because at the same time, I'm like, do I really want to be this vulnerable? Like, do I really want to show people this side of me? But it's like...
Especially in a time where a lot of people are afraid to be vulnerable, you know, and it's like, no one really wants to be vulnerable. And it's like, being vulnerable on a track is kind of hitting different, because not only is it just to a small community, it also could be posted all across the world. And then when someone meets you, they're like, oh my gosh, you're like this. And then, so is that a way of sharing your story, or is that a way of trying to connect with people and letting them know, I go through the exact same things you guys go through? Is that how you're trying to approach it? Or?
Both. Because let's say, for example, when I listen to R&B music that relates to me and things I've been through, say, for example, like Summer Walker, you know, seeing that somebody else is also going through the same experiences I've gone through, it almost makes you feel like you're not alone. Yeah. And that's what, you know, I really wanted to bring out.
Together in this, we're together. No, I love that. Now, rumor has it you're about to release an EP, I believe.
Very soon.
Soon come.
I don't have any exact dates just yet, but soon it's coming.
You know, it's in the works, you know, EP on the way. But I'm loving the song Reloaded. Reloaded. You know, Reloaded. Is that gonna be like a main single? Is that gonna be the?
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be on the EP for sure. That's my song. Might do a little bit of a remix on it. You never know.
Let me jump on it. Word, I can sing. I swear I can sing. Like my mama always told me I could sing. Like she tried to make me join the church choir and all that, but the pastor wasn't feeling it. That nigga, he a hater for real. He a hater. I thought you know, God's people, like. It's God's plan. I should be, like, you know, you should put me on the remix, you know, or like I could be one of them telephone interludes.
We'll figure something out. Don't worry, we're gonna figure something out.
You're already getting that industry talk. Nah, I'm joking. So basically, do you have a name for the EP? Like, what's going on? What direction are you heading with this EP though? Like, do we get a sneak peek? Do we, like, what can we expect aside from Reloaded being on the EP?
For the EP, I can't release too many things about it. But just know that there will be a lot of snippets coming out very soon. But the title is called Better Off.
Better Off?
Yeah, Better Off.
Why Better Off? Why do you feel like you had to name it Better Off as your first official EP?
Because it's like I went through, again, going through relationships, going through fucked up times, okay? Fucked up times. Things I did not need to go through for lame ass people. Lame ass, you know what I'm saying? But so the whole EP is called Better Off because it's true. Like, I'm better off without these people. I'm better off without him. 100%. Like, I hope he listens to it too.
Is this a diss track or like are we talking about like someone woke a fourth baby mama or what? Like,
yeah, something like that. I guess you have to wait and see.
Bro, is that what we're talking? Like, damn.
I'm gonna have to wait and see.
Some people usually just release one song, but you're gonna release a whole diss track album? Like, nah, I'm joking. Nah, we love it. We love that. I don't know what this man did, but you're an embarrassment to the male community.
Yeah, for real, embarrassment.
The first man to get violated on the whole album, like, yo, I'm a human being. You can't do that, You're ruining it up for. I can't. I think I should know this interview as a man. Like, yo, bro.
I didn't know what to say.
Okay, like, aside, any other artists gonna join you on this assassination? Assassination, like,
stop it, this assassination. We're gonna have to wait and see. We're not gonna give too much. I'm all about the element of surprise.
Yeah. Nah, hey, look, I'm not gonna lie. Heck, I feel like when this EP drops, I might even end up hating this dude too. Like, no homo though. I gotta put a pause in that. Just in case my brothers out there are watching and they think like I'm yeah. But nah. I look forward to releasing the song, hearing the song, listen to the whole EP come to life, and like I know you've been putting in the work, especially knowing you're only 21 years old now, and you've been putting in this work since you were 6 years old. Like that goes a long way, because like what? If my math is correct, 15 years you've been putting in the work. That's a long time, man.
A long time. Again, we gotta trust God's plan.
Trust the process. Trust the process. Yeah.
I know He's got something for my life. For real.
Yeah. Now, in terms of like, I think we touched this a little bit earlier in the session. It was more so on the Australian music scene. Like, what do you think about it? Or what are your thoughts on the Australian music scene? Is there any black presence within the industry of Australia, or like, how do you feel?
If I'm going to be completely honest,
just make sure you don't get cancelled. Like,
yeah, I'm not trying to get canceled, guys. I'm trying to get canceled. I gotta be completely honest. Like, there's so much talent and potential in Australia, but like, it only goes so far. Yeah. It's like there's a wall and it just stops. So basically you feel like artists have to move from Australia in order to get like the official recognition? Like, because you said yourself, you went to America, New York, and you worked with a lot of people, you got a lot more experience, and like, was that more than you achieved here in that one short trip than you did in? For sure. Like, I went for can I tell you guys a quick story?
She's gonna do a vlog.
Guys, can I tell you guys a quick story? So this is what I mean when like people in Australia, you tell them that you do music or you're a rapper, you're an artist, you're a singer, they'll kind of like look at you and be like, oh yeah, like that's cool. But like, see, you tell someone over there like, oh, you're a rapper, you're a singer, they're gonna be like, oh, let me look you up right now, like, let me see, like, I have people in the industry, like, da-da-da-da-da, and I was like...
Wait, this is New York?
This is New York.
Like, I heard niggas be rude out there, like... Yeah, like,
I mean, depends on where you are. Depends on where you are.
So do you see yourself moving to New York for, like... How long we talking here? You see yourself? Because earlier you said it's like you can go only so high in Queensland and Brisbane, or like in Australia alone. Like, so then, what do you see yourself doing in order to overcome that barrier alone?
To overcome that barrier, that's hard. That's hard. To be honest, just building connections. Like that's all I can say. Like push hard on Instagram. Like me, one thing is how I've built a lot of connections online is like going through, finding who's manages who. You know, like
So basically, social media has played a big role in your...
It's played like the biggest role. That's how I got backstage at 5 Year Foreign Show, because I built those connections online, you know.
Because it's a whole different ball game now. Like
it's a whole different ball game. And then for them to be like, you know, so as accepting, because I'm literally, again, like I'm just a 21-year-old from Brisbane, Australia. Like, what do they want with me? So it's just like, so it's just one of those cool things where it's like, you know, I must really make an impression, or, you know, I must really do something for them to pay attention.
One of the things people fail to understand about Brisbane, it's not Sydney or Melbourne. Like when you talk Australia, everyone knows Sydney or Melbourne. And then Brisbane comes up here and there, but like, it's really in the back. So like, it's really good how you've made it out of Brisbane shadows. And honestly, at a certain point, you become representing Australia like, what's his name? Kid Leroy, you know, to an extent. And he's from Adelaide. Nobody goes Adelaide.
Yeah, nobody goes there.
Nobody goes Adelaide. Like, what's Adelaide? Yeah. But in all saying that, like, are you looking forward to being signed by a record label? Or like, would you like to remain independent, or is that?
Nah, I definitely be signed to a label eventually.
Have you ever thought about your dream record label that you want to be signed to, or like, is that just?
It would be Atlantic.
Atlantic? Why Atlantic? Why do you feel like Atlantic is?
Because I'm like my favorite artist. Plus, I've got like a little bit of connects to like Atlantic people. So
like, it's easier to forge a relationship in that direction? Okay. And then like, also, how would you say your music journey has been thus far, you know, like after being in New York and doing what you did in New York, like how would you say your music journey has been so far?
It has completely changed my mind. Like I know we're talking about America so much, but like that's where music was born. Like
Big out.
This is like America is where, to be honest, R&B started. This is where I would not be hip hop exactly. Like I would not be singing today if it wasn't for those people over there doing what they did. Like that's why I have to show so much appreciation to there, because that's where it started. That's where like people don't even realize, but everybody in the world is influenced by American artists. Look at how many young boy fans there are. Like people are so influenced by American artists, they don't even see it. But the way they walk, the way they talk, the way they dress.
Listen, like everything, although everyone appreciates UK drill, like UK drill came from Chicago drill, and then like America has influenced the music scene significantly, and it's like one thing that needs to be appreciated, and like for you to keep acknowledging how successful they have helped you build your career, and it's like it's wonderful to see, you know, because certain people just be like, yeah, you know, my environment made me. Australia made me, and it's lovely to see.
Australia did not make me. Australia did not make me. Like I'm sorry, I didn't look up to anyone from here.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And then now I just want you to look directly in the camera and look, you know, you want to say your last few words for the audience, you know.
Last few words.
Your last few words, like just, you know, it could be wait for the EP to drop. It could be, you know, what you want to say.
I would say to anyone who feels like they're, you know, wanting to start music or start singing, do it. Because at the end of the day, like, you need to follow your dreams. And if you don't follow your dreams, you're going to end up being really, really depressed at the end of your life. Like, you got to do it. At the end of the day, who cares what anybody else thinks? Do you. Do you. Be happy doing you, and literally don't pay any attention to what anyone else has to say. They say you're doing this wrong, doing this. You're too much like this. You sound American. You do this. I don't give a fuck. Like, do not give a fuck. Like, we're all going to die at the end of the day.
Better off.
Literally, we're better off. You're better off. Do you. Do what makes you happy. Like, live life for you, not anyone else.
You just inspired me to change my whole dream. Like, I'm going to drop my whole degree. I'm going to go in the booth Yo, we're going in the booth after this session, and then I'm gonna record my track, official track. Yeah. But anyways, guys, it's been a pleasure interviewing the lovely, the wonderful Britney Quinn.
Yes, sir.
Wait for her EP dropping soon, I believe. Better off.
Yes.
Because you're better off without these haters, these naysayers, these dream crushers. It's been a pleasure interviewing her, and it's been lovely being on the pull up, and we look forward to seeing your EP drop. And even though you didn't give us a date, but
I don't have any dates yet. No dates yet, but soon. Soon, guys. Keep updated.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. This might have been my first interview, so hopefully I did well.
I hope you had fun, and thank you.
Of course I did. You've been great. Thank you.
Hey, thank you guys. Yeah.